Hi, I'm Katy MacRae, and welcome to my YouTube channel, Mindful Creativity Time. This is a place that you can do some crafting and be mindful. It's a nice place to relax so that you're not alone. Some of you might be feeling anxious or might be the middle of the night, and that's why you came here. So I'm going to get started, dropped my crochet hook, with one of my favorite things, which is knitting and crocheting. Now, you don't have to be doing this. You can do whatever craft you want. If you want to learn how to knit or crochet, I'll put some links at the bottom of this video. But just to kind of give you an idea of the kind of things I like to work on, this pattern is something I've actually been looking for something like this for a long time. It's a sweater with a hexagonal neckline. So this is a picture of what it'll look like. And I also happen to like rainbows. I'm not sure if I'm going to do these exact colors, but it's very subtle. In here, it kind of looks like a V-neck, but it's actually a hexagon. So it's going to lay very nicely in a very fitted way. So as we're working together and spending some time together, I like to think of this, a friend of mine put it, this is a place you can come to keep your hands busy if your mind is racing. So we're going to talk a little bit about what makes this mindful, what's mindful creativity as opposed to mindless creativity. Sometimes when you're creating or crafting, it can be a nice distraction. So it can help you kind of get through a tough time to not ruminate or think about the other things that are bothering you. So it can be, you can sort of be on autopilot. So sometimes when I am crocheting or knitting, I can do it literally without even looking at it. And sometimes while I'm watching TV or something like that. And to me, that's very valuable. It's a coping skill, but it's a little different from mindfulness. Some of you might be aware of mindfulness practices like mindful eating or mindful walking. And one of the hallmarks of mindfulness is just doing one thing at a time. So right now I'm doing two things, which is talking to you and crocheting. So I'm not sure if you would call this pure mindfulness, but to me, it is. So another part for me of being mindful is really being in the moment and having your full attention on what you're doing. So, or as much as you can. So right now I'm taking a moment to really look at the yarn, to really feel it. I often suggest that when people are choosing materials for a project, that you get the nicest, best quality that you can afford. So, for example, this is just acrylic because I'm doing a mock-up. I'm kind of trying it out, and then I might redo it in a different kind of yarn. But I used to just sort of try to get by with whatever was cheapest, and I found that the amount of pleasure and relaxation that I got from using nice materials was really worth it versus if I was using something like a plastic hook or some acrylic that I really didn't like, the frustration from it really took away from the activity. And again, I would say what you can afford. So certainly there are some very expensive yarns out there, and I would not suggest going out and just buying the most expensive because you think that's going to get you the most bang for your buck or relaxation. But again, sort of finding that middle spot between maybe splurging a little bit to get something nicer than you normally would, but also keeping in mind, not having too much of a stash or not hoarding or, I happen to have a lot of yarn right now, so I'm going to organize a yarn swap soon. So I'm coming up here on a turn, which is part of the reason that I paid for this pattern. Usually I look for free ones, but I was trying to figure out how to make the hexagon shape on my own. And I realized, there's something about these angles that's very precise and I can't really figure it out or I probably someday could have figured it out on my own, but I figured it would be a lot faster to just take advantage of someone else's trial and error. And I'm glad that I did because the way that these corners are worked is definitely not something I would have quickly thought of on my own. So this is the introduction to my channel. And as we continue to work together, I'll use different projects, things like that. And I'm also open to suggestions too. Sometimes what I will do with people is have a guided meditation at the beginning, sometimes around creativity and mindfulness. So I hope that you enjoy this, and I'll be recording some more soon. Until then, I hope that you have a relaxing time. Take care.